In this video, we are going to draw the Lewis structure for NH4+, determine the electron domain geometry, molecular geometry, and whether or not the molecule is polar. So first what we have to do is determine the amount of valence electrons there are in this molecule. Nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. Hydrogen has 1 valence electron, but since there's 4 hydrogens, we multiply it by 4. And since it's an ion and it's a positive ion, we are going to be taking away an electron. So that gives us a total of 8 valence electrons in this molecule. Second, we're going to draw the structure and attach it with bonds. So we have nitrogen in the center, and we're attaching a bond of hydrogen to each side of the nitrogen. Each bond is equal to 2 electrons, so we have 4 bonds with 2 electrons, and we subtract that from our valence electrons, and then we used up all our valence electrons as shown in this molecule. And then we denote that it's an ion by adding the plus charge on the outside of the structure. Now to find electron domain geometry, we count up the total number of bonds that we have, and since we have 4 bonds total, one of the rules is that 4 bonds is equal to a tetrahedral electron domain geometry. And then for molecular geometry, we count under the 4 bonds total. We need to see which ones are bonded and which ones are not bonded. And since we have 0 lone pair electrons or 0 non-bonding electrons, that also means that it is tetrahedral. And to determine whether or not the molecule is polar, we look at the molecule and we see that every single side of this molecule is equal. There's no lone pair electrons. Each side of the molecule has its own bond that is the same. So that means that since it is the same, it is a non-polar molecule.